Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Man United Agenda. And yes, it is Monday, and it's a stormy day in Manchester. But listen, Ole's gone. Marco Carrick, caretaker manager. Welcome to the Man United Agenda. Yes, everyone, welcome back to the Man United Agenda. And has it been a very busy week in Manchester? So, as always, Rebel, welcome back. Mr. B, and our own Superman, welcome back. It's been time. It's been a while. It's been a while. And as always, on Monday, and the fighting all from Manchester, it's Jay. Hello, welcome. How you guys doing? So, sad news, guys. Let's start off first with the sad news that happened over the weekend. And I had a conversation, I think, with Jay. I can't remember what day it was. And I said to Jay, Solskjaer is going nowhere. And Jay said to me, bro, this week, I reckon, is going to be a week where something's going to happen in Manchester. And Jay had his Mystic Meg out. And Jay, talk to me, please. That sort of, from the Watford game to 11 o'clock at night, that same night, to then all of a sudden 11 a.m. again on Sunday morning, whirlwind.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, it's been on the cards. We've all spoken about it. It's not like I'm insightful. Everyone on this channel has spoken about it since the Liverpool game. It was a case of, when, not if. I think we all just felt it was on borrowed time. The biggest surprise for me was that he saw out the international break. That didn't make a lot of sense to me, that. And I just feel you can't go into a game like Watford as Manchester United Football Club going, if we lose this game, we'll lose the manager. But if we win, we keep the manager. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous it got to that point. So what if we'd have beat Watford? Does that mean everything's okay? No, of course not. So it was just a silly situation to be in. I felt for Ole. I saw his interview yesterday. I'm sure everyone did. And I think that it's important for me. Like, I feel quite... I know this sounds crackers because, he's a grown-up man. He doesn't need me to stick up for him. But I feel almost a little bit protective of him because I feel like, you know what? It didn't work out. He wasn't quite up to scratch as a manager that we needed. But he did a lot of good. And it's easy to look back at these last couple of months and just say that was Ole Gunnar Solskjaer time at United. But it wasn't. There's a lot of good results there, a lot of big results there, a lot of, record wins, record-breaking runs. That night in Paris, Derby wins, 9-0, 6-2 against Leeds, 5-1 against Leeds. Let's not forget it. I went to the Etihad and saw us lose, draw. Saw us win under Ole. You got to give him credit for what he did. Like some Marcus Rashford, Mason Greenwood coming on as well. So it's not all doom and gloom. I don't want it to just look like it was a disaster. And I think he does leave the club in a better place. But we need some sort of plan because Michael Carrick for a few days, then a interim manager. So it's caretaker, interim, then permanent. It just seems like it's a bit of a mess at the minute. And I really am worried. And, the icing on the cake today was Ed Woodward announcing or being leaked that he's going to extend his stay. Why? Just go. You're part of the problem. You ain't the solution. It's deluded. Just get out, get out the door. He should have gone before Ole. So, yeah, it's sad it's not worked out for Ole, and I feel for him. But one thing, I'll just end on this. When he said at the end of his interview, he said, you'll be welcome at Old Trafford. And he said, I hope so. Of course he will. Of course he will. He'll get a standing ovation at Old Trafford. Don't you worry about that. No, not even a slight debate about that. The guy's a legend, yeah? And it's not worked out for him as a manager, but he's a manager that always gave his all. He tried his best. He tried to do his best. His best just wasn't quite good enough. And now we need to get someone in who is good enough. That's the main priority for this club.
And we will get into that as well a bit later on, who we believe should come in and take over as the actual permanent manager. OS, you've been away for a while, so let's get you on here now. The debate, obviously, Jay saying Ole will be welcome at Manchester United, standard ovation, everything. For me, as a supporter, he brought me some great memories as a youngster. So for me, he'll always be a legend and a hero to me. And I felt, when I watched his interview yesterday, I felt really sort of cut up about it, because managers are always the first person to get the blame for every single performance, but the players need to take a bit more responsibility. The players got Ole sacked. Bottom line, they got him sacked. And it could have been a lot better if they actually played for the badge. And Ole being a legend. What do you make of all of this, though?
I mean, I think it's a little bit harsh to say the players alone got Ole sacked. I mean, he's also played a part in that too. I mean, we love Ole. He's a legend at the club, but as a manager, we know that he's still learning on the job. He's still learning, and he still wants to grow as a manager. And so I think, as Jay mentioned, it was very tough to watch that interview, because you can see in that interview how much he loves the club. Like, he really, I mean, that's all him, And I was so happy with his hometown. They did a whole tribute with him, putting, I think it was Ole 20 that they put at the back in huge letters, which was beautiful for him as a tribute. And I think he will always be welcomed here. I think that the thing that was most astonishing for me is that even after all of this, even after he's gone now, that we're still running around scattering, figuring out what we're doing. Like, there was no plan put in place. Nothing was thought about. I mean, you can see that the board and everybody, they were with Ole still until now. Even after the Liverpool result, they were still with him until now. So we just wasted a whole international break and not sorting anything out, really. So I think it's I'm more concerned about that than anything. I'm more concerned about, we're talking about Woodward and Woodward staying. He wants to stay on just to figure out who the next manager is. But it's bigger than even him. It's, well, who's making these decisions above? Who knows what the right manager to bring in is, and what are they using to gauge that? I even heard Bruce at one point. I mean, this could all be rumors. Bruce to just be here for an interim. But even for even those type of rumors to come up, I mean, it just shows the state that the club is in at the moment. So I think I'm in a place of, I'm interested to see what's going to happen going forward. But at the same time, of course, you've got a little bit of a heartbreak because of what's happened to Ole at the same time as well.
Yeah. And going into it, taking some notes from that, Rebel, what OS is saying with it, I think he's made some great points where the direction of Manchester United, because also yesterday, Wayne Rooney, was it yesterday? Bournemouth beat Derby County, and Rooney done an interview and then plastered up Rooney is ready if the opportunity come up to take the Manchester United job. Do you think we need to stop this whole cycle of ex-Manchester United players walking in Man United and sitting there, and because they're ex-players and ex-legend in the club, is going to make a big difference?
Yeah, just coming across something that seems to be breaking. There's a tweet apparently from Fabrizio Romero that the board are close to confirming Bruce as replacing Ole. I haven't been able to check whether this is authentic, but according to this tweet, it looks official. Steve Bruce is expected to be confirmed shortly. And if that's the case, I've got to ask what's going on here.
No. That's not true.
That's apparently
it's a fake account. It's not. Romano's, I'm on his timeline now. He's not tweeted Steve Bruce is taking over.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jay.
Monday of the week. Yes, we got him. We've got him. Yes.
Guys, no one mess up from now on. We got 5 days. Don't mess up. This is our Ole.
He's got it. He's got the Monday of the week. Don't worry about the tweet. We don't worry about the tweet. Don't worry about
it's too late, man. It's too late.
Monday of the week. You better hope.
Nothing you blamed on today will change what happened.
On Monday,
I have complete and utter confidence in you messing up between now and then, so it's all good, brother. It's all good. But in terms of the question that you In terms, like, look at Woodward. Look at his history over the last 10 years. He's been an absolute disaster case in his football side. He's been the ultimate sponsorship guy. I've said this a number of times already in the channel. But we have to stop this cycle of bringing in people that are not fully qualified or yet ready for the job. We saw this with Ole in that he was coming from Molde. There's a big gap between Molde and Manchester United. And looking at this now, if Michael Carrick spends more than the Chelsea game in charge as a caretaker, then you got to ask yourself, what were the board doing for the last 2.5 weeks? Because clearly they knew that this was going to be a possibility, that if we failed and stuttered against Watford, that a call was going to have to be made. And they don't seem to be ready to make a transitionary move in the event that Ole could not pull it back. The other side of this is, so far, the only departures from the alleged coaching staff that are said to have been not up to par according to Ronaldo, Bruno, De Gea, at least those are the reports that were in the media, are still in place. And if we go forward into a caretaker situation, interim manager situation, the question is, will those coaches remain? And if they do, what have the board really changed, if that's the case?
Oh, wow. Okay. Mr. B, you were Mr. Ole in all the way. Bit gutted on your perspective. And if no one have seen the stream that Mr. B done on Saturday night, I'm begging everyone, please go on to the Man United Journey YouTube channel and please watch it. We kept him on the channel for over, I swear it was nearly 2 hours. 2 hours. Yesterday we did 2 hours. We kept him on the stream for. So, Mr. B, I don't know if you remember any comments, but I'm pretty certain we'll try and find our Monday of the week on that somewhere. I don't think we will, but we will. Solskjaer is sacked in, and obviously Michael Carrick is going to be the caretaker manager. Do you think obviously we spoke about plan B, but it seems like there's no plan B whatsoever in place for Ole going. So I don't understand why sacking Ole now if we don't have a plan B and bringing Michael Carrick in, who Michael Carrick today said on his interview that him and Ole has got the same thought process in system of play.
You know what? He probably has. My hope is that there's, even if the system's the same, instructions can be different. It might be getting the players to stay wider. It might be starting Van der Beek or starting Bruno in a different position. There's loads of different ways that formation can work. He can start Sancho instead of Greenwood, which gives the team an overall different view of things. So my hope with Carrick, to be honest, is that one, he's not in the job for too long. Two, that he has a change that we as fans are able to see in the game. I don't expect them all of a sudden to be able to pass 10 yards and 15 yards or a completely different way that we're playing, but just something that we could all say after the game, okay, he kept Ronaldo, left of wherever, or they pushed up, they played a higher line. I just want to see something different. At the end of the day, their brains aren't identical. Yes, philosophies can be the same, but I'm hoping to see something slightly different from it, if I'm really, really honest.
Jay, do you think this could be something that we haven't learned as, well, not we, but the owners haven't learned from past mistakes? They're bringing Michael Carrick in as the caretaker manager now. He has a run a game of probably 4 or 5 really good games, and all of a sudden then he becomes the main manager until the end of the season, and he has a run of good games, and they give him the manager thing. Could you see this mistake happening again? Can't hear you. Can't hear, Jay. Can't hear you. Muted.
Schoolboy error. Apologies, schoolboy error. I think that someone was tweeting this, and obviously not everything on Twitter is true, as we've just found out. But they were saying that he can only do 6 games because of his badges or something. Is that true? He's not got the badges. I don't know whether that's the case or not. But I was looking at the fixtures, and I think what it might make sense is if Carrick does the Villarreal game, the Chelsea game, and the Arsenal game, if you look at our run after the Arsenal game, it's basically the bottom 10 teams. That's who we've got. Now, you remember when Ole Gunnar Solskjaer took over from Jose Mourinho, he had this amazing run. But if you look at the games we had, he had like Cardiff and Swansea and you know, Watford and whoever. It was all the bottom teams, basically. And he won the first 5 or 6 games. But then, to be fair to him, he won the harder ones as well. He did like 12 games out of 14 or whatever, including, obviously, Paris Saint-Germain as well. So he did really well. But that might be the board's thinking. They might think, okay, give it Carrick for these 3 games. So a new manager doesn't come in and his first game's Chelsea away. And you're like, you know what I mean? You get beat 4-0 or something. It's like, right, this has got off to a horrible start. Whereas if your first game, I think it's Palace at home, is it, after them, the Arsenal game? Yeah. So you've got to run then. Maybe. I mean, listen, this board, you know, they're probably flipping coins now and rolling the dice now. And, you know what I mean? Playing rock, paper, scissors to see whether it's Pochettino or Ten Hag or, do you know what I mean? Like, you know, pin the tail on the manager, on the dartboard or whatever. You can't,
like those 2 rich guys in trading places.
Yeah,
You know
what I mean? Let's have a bet. Yeah, go on then. All right, then. Let's get Brucey in. Yeah, go on then. Sack it. So I'm looking at it from a logical point of view, which isn't the way Manchester United do things, but that kind of makes some sort of sense to me that Carrick has 3 games. The caretaker comes in then, or the interim, comes in for the Palace game, and then at the end of the season we go for the permanent manager. If the I keep getting them all mixed up. If the interim manager has a load of success, you know, maybe wins a trophy, then maybe he becomes the permanent manager. But yeah, the whole thing about this cycle, I know like, a few people have mentioned it, this cycle of giving it to ex-players. I know we did it with Giggs for a little while, and we've done it with Ollie, but I don't think we often do that. I don't think that's like our MO. You know, Mourinho wasn't an ex-player. Van Gaal wasn't an ex-player. Moyes wasn't. You know, Ollie was a bit more of an exception to the rule, really. So I think the more logical, again, you know, logic and United don't exactly go hand in hand, but the more likely scenario is United go out and get someone rather than bringing in or keeping Carrick. And I also feel that what's happened with Ole will burn them a little bit because they tend to sort of pivot, don't they, United? You know, they went with Moyes, the sort of younger, no, he wasn't a kid, but, you know, a manager who hadn't won a lot, and then it didn't work out, so they went with Van Gaal, who'd won a lot and was a lot older, and then that didn't work out, so they went with Mourinho, who was the flavour of the, you know, the sort of the special one. And that didn't work out, so then they went to Ole, who was like the complete opposite of Mourinho, you know, a humble sort of guy who hadn't won a lot, but was, you know, United through and through. So now I think they might pivot and go to something else. Again, though, it's impossible to know because the only thing you can guarantee with this board is that they'll do something stupid.
On Monday, same question with obviously, well, like Jay truly said, it's under Ryan Giggs really, and obviously Ole. But at the same time, some of these guys who's been at the backroom staff, they've been at Man United for a very long time. And is it a time now, whoever the new manager will come in, will they bring their own people or will they be told they need to keep some of these backroom staff?
That always needs to be negotiated, whoever this guy is. I think if you look at Steven Gerrard, he's accumulated a little team, his little entourage with him since he's gone from Rangers. Now he's gone to Villa. I think he's got Gary McAllister and a few other guys. And you've got to trust in these guys. If you turn up at a new club and you introduce to all these new faces, you know, you don't know how they work. It takes a long time to sort of work with these guys and get a good feel about what if you're on the same page. The bottom line for me is if you're a manager, you've got to come with your own direction, your own. When you're selling yourself, you say, right, I do things like this. This is how I do it. Give me the job because I can guarantee that I'll have the team playing with this style of football, and I'll incorporate that throughout the whole club and everything else. And this is what you want to see from a manager. So hopefully we make the right decision in picking a new coach or manager. And if it takes to the end of the season, then I'm okay with that, as long as it's the right guy. Sometimes you have to write things off because you, like Jay was just saying, you get a quick fix in, I'll get Mourinho, I'll get Conte in, whatever. Are they going to be there long term? Are they going to be have the DNA of Man United in them, which says I want to be a legend here? Put it this way, yeah. If I'm a Man United, if I'm going into this job right now, I'm rubbing my hands because I'm looking at the quality we got in the youths. I'm looking at the quality we got in the first 11 and the squad. Who wouldn't want to work with that? I mean, come on, guys. You got the ingredients there to make a beautiful something beautiful happen, you know. So I'm really positive about what's going to happen in the future. Whoever is going to come in, even the interim, Michael Carrick must be licking his lips right now, and he'd be saying, "I could get a couple wins here and look like a don," you know, and raise his profile as well. Because he's a really quiet guy. I don't know what he's going to give. So I'm really excited about the future of Man United right now. With the crop of players that we have, all you have to do is come in. I've been listening to Brian Clough a lot recently, even today. I'm always watching Brian Clough. And he just simplifies things. And just comes in and just gives directives about how to play the game. Because the game is really simple. Let's not complicate it. Yeah? And just make and get these guys playing properly. And you tweak this side and make them play, we're going to blow up and everyone's going to be skin and teeth by the end of the week. Or we got Villarreal and Chelsea. But you never know. We could click and really blow up. You know? So it's a great opportunity here for someone to come in and be a legend.
Okay, guys, if you're watching the channel, please hit that like, share, subscribe button as well on the road to 1K subscriber. I'm going to move on to OS as well with the same sort of question. But before we go into it, Jay, if you want to watch Friday Night Takeaway with Mr. B, please go back, rewatch it, and watch OMONDI rap. That's all I'm saying.
OMONDI was rapping.
Oh, believe you me.
Was he rapping about Eric Bailly and how much he loves him?
I can go off the top now if you want.
No.
It's got to be pay-per-view. Let's do a versus battle, Jay. Me against you. North versus South.
Bro, I can't string a sentence together, let alone rap. Don't let this brown skin confuse you. I cannot rap, bro. Seriously, my kids will tell you that. I tried it once, they're still cringing. I am not that guy.
We can break this show up a little bit for a bit of entertainment if anyone wants to see. If anyone wants to see it, just put it in the comments. We have got the clip. All
right. OS, you were saying? Sorry, let's move on.
Here, settle down now, Monday Shady.
This is a setup.
No, what was the question?
The question was to do with Man United bringing in, keeping sort of like ex-players at the club.
And to be honest with you, for me, ex-players, whether you're ex-players, whether you're not ex-players, it doesn't really matter to me. That you just have to be good enough for the job. You know what I mean? Like, look at Steven Gerrard, for example. You know, he's doing a good job in the club that he's been at in the short amount of time that he's been there. So I think that's people have to be given opportunities. They have to be given chances. But I feel like now it comes back to decision making. It comes back to who are these guys that are identifying the tools that are needed for a good manager to succeed at Man United. We don't have that at the club. So they're just going off names, you know. That's why they went with Jose. That's why they went with Van Gaal. And these managers need a structure in place for them to be able to prosper and succeed. And we don't have that at Man United. So whoever we bring in right now, for me, I think the best thing is we need to bring in someone who is not going to rely on that structure to be successful. So someone that can work with young players, someone that can create a strong system in place or strong identity in place that whoever comes in or whoever goes out, it doesn't change. And someone that has a clear mind about all of that. I think if we bring that someone in, then I think we're going to be in a lot better place because of the players that we already have at the club.
Brilliant. And let's go to Rebel, and then we'll go to Mr. B. So Rebel, same thing. I know, obviously, we do talk quite a lot about stuff like this, but keeping or bringing in ex-players, it's actually, obviously
not Steve Bruce.
I'd just like to throw Adam under the bus for posting that fake tweet while we're live. I'm going to absolutely butcher him later.
Oh, Adam, we'll pay you later on. We'll pay you.
But just picking up on a point here that's actually in the comments about ex-players. Gio mentioned Roy Keane. You have to remember, let's think about the trajectory that Roy Keane has taken in terms of being a manager. He hadn't a great time in Sunderland. He was assistant manager at Villa. He was assistant manager at Ireland. And his high points as a manager have usually led to discontent with players and breaking up of player morale. We've seen reports in media in Ireland about how he said this and that about some players and they weren't happy with it. I suppose that's a big part of the reason why you wouldn't use a Roy Keane in this situation. because we have to manage the squad that we have. We have to have somebody that has the ability to take what we have now and say, right, we need to target this top 4. We need to target making it into your quarters and semis of a Champions League. We need to go on that FA Cup run. And for me, Roy Keane isn't the man to take a volatile group of players with some egos present in that squad and mold them into what we need to do at this time. The ex-player train that we're on, I just don't think it is viable until they've gone through a proving process. Look at what's going on with Gerrard. He went up to Rangers. He's spent his time up in Rangers, and now he's got an opportunity at a Premier League level, albeit at a lower Premier League level, to prove he has what it takes to take that next step up into what I presume is his dream job in Liverpool. Ole, in his trajectory, didn't have a great time at Cardiff, got relieved of his duties, and went back to Molde in the Swedish league. It is a much different pattern that he has gone through in order to actually get to that United job in the first place. We obviously all felt the elation of that night in Paris when things turned around and nobody expected us to pull that result out of the fire. And it set up a set of events because Woodward capitalised on it. Woodward's a businessman. He sees an opportunity to make money for the club and he takes it. Look at the Ronaldo signing. We all love Ronaldo being back. But at the end of the day, in terms of what we had in our squad, was it the most sensible transaction that we could have made at that time? Probably not. Although none of us want to see Ronaldo playing in blue. And we would absolutely roll over in our graves if we saw it happening. But for me, the cycle has to stop now. And we have to bring in somebody that's going to bring in their own established coaching team that they've worked with. And we have to accept whatever happens in the next 4 to 5 weeks after that, while they are putting their stamp on that squad.
Yeah. And same question, Mr. B, about ex-players, and then we're gonna take a little short break.
I'm with OS. I don't care whether they're ex-players or not. I just want somebody who's qualified to do the job properly. Come in with a system, a style of play, and a formation. Identify who you want in the squad, who you don't want in the squad. Who you want in the squad you keep, who you don't want in the squad, let their agents deal with them and get them out of the club so they have what they want, and then start from scratch. We go from base square one.
To the point. So guys, if you're liking, please like, please share, please subscribe on the road to 1K subscriber. And let's go with OMONDI. Can we hit some questions out, please? A few comments out before.
I just want to say that we've got newbies in here. He's a guy just random. Stale Holland, is that? How you doing, man? Says there's no defined formula for success, but it's very simple to get the best available to give you the best chance. So we need to get the best manager out there. He's saying. Just on that point, is like the Dutch coach. Everyone's talking about him. Is he the best available? Is he proven, or do you want someone who's ready-made, as in like we did with Mourinho? I don't know. This is. I'm not sure about that. Someone.
By the way, OMONDI.
Someone mentioned Laurent Blanc the other day.
That's Steve Holland. Steve. S-T-E.
Steve Holland.
It's like Steve Holland, the assistant coach at Leicester.
He's trying to. The problem is, on Monday, because of that comment, he's going to try and find every single thing.
I know. Jay, there's no crack here, man. I've got my armor up.
Yeah. What do you think of the Ajax manager coming in? Is that a good fit, do you reckon, or?
I mean, listen, I don't know a lot about Ten Hag, and I've seen obviously he's had success at Ajax. They won back-to-back titles. Probably wouldn't have won a third if it wasn't for COVID. We know he got to the semi-finals of the Champions League as well. So, he looks like a good young manager with a system. I know he plays he almost has like 3 number 10s, doesn't he? Mm-hmm. Rather than wingers and stuff. He has like 3 number 10s behind the striker. And he certainly, has played some nice football, getting a proper tune out of certain players. We know what he did with Donny van der Beek. Dusan Tadic just looked like a world beater there, and he looks like twice the player he was at Southampton, even in the Champions League as well, not just in the Eredivisie. And also, the results this season for Ajax in the Champions League have been fantastic. So, I think with Ten Hag, if he came in, you go, okay, yeah, this is exciting. This is a manager. He's been linked as a possible successor to Pep Guardiola at City. So you know the guy's got a little bit about him. Although we've got to be mindful of when we get people that are, heading towards City, because sometimes that doesn't work out, does it? With like Alexis Sanchez and maybe even Fred, dare I say. But he does seem like a guy who's going places. And I think the thing with this is like when what's that? What was that? Sorry, I'd like to.
Sorry. Bath time. He said sorry, Jay. He said I'd like to hear more from Rebel about his sources about the JFK shootings.
What is this? What is this, Rebel? Have you got
Rebel?
Is there something behind this, Rebel? It's all right. No, go on. Is there something behind this, Rebel? JFK,
he keeps messing up.
Oh, sorry.
I'm
with you. Yeah, listen, they've stitched you up there with that, bro. But just a rule of thumb. If someone sends you a screenshot of Romano tweeting about Steve Bruce coming to United, ignore it, right? I got sent the same one, about half an hour ago. And I looked at the time on it and it said 3:00 this afternoon on the tweet, right? And I thought to myself, if 5 hours ago Romano tweeted that Steve Bruce is coming to United, the internet would have melted. There's no way I'd only be hearing about it now. You get me? Like, Steve Bruce, here we go. Deal done to United. Nah, bro. You'd hear about that one straight away.
Jay, let me ask you something. Do you think it would take time for this Ajax coach to incorporate his system into Man United? And would we be willing to give him that time?
That's a very good question. I think it probably would. I think we have got quality there, though. Let's not get it twisted. Other people have said it. We've got quality players. We have got some of the best attackers on the planet, especially going forward in attack. Sorry. You look at the likes of Marcus Rashford, Mason Greenwood, Bruno Fernandes, Cristiano Ronaldo, Edinson Cavani. I know he gets injured a lot. These are quality. These are quality players. Now, Ten Hag, if he's got a system that he can accommodate these players, he could do well. He could hit the ground running. I think the issue you've got is everyone wants the Tuchel. Everyone wants the guy that's going to come in and boom, win you that Champions League within a few months and just do it all straight away. And that often isn't the case. Those sort of managerial successes are rare. Usually it takes a little while. Look at Klopp at Liverpool. He lost 3 finals at Liverpool before he won anything, but he got time. Do you know what I mean? Even Guardiola finished, 4th in his first season at Manchester City. So we are just going to maybe have to be a little bit patient. I know it's difficult, but if he comes in, right, and he's trying to implement a new system, and he's trying to do it, and you can see what he's doing, and the football's decent, and you maybe not getting all the results you deserve, maybe you're getting found out against a Chelsea or a City or whatever, but you can see, okay, I can see what this guy's trying to do, and we don't have, untold success immediately, we just about get top 4 or whatever, then we've got to be, as fans, I think we have to try and be patient and say, okay, I can see what he's trying to do, give him time. Do you understand? Yeah. Like, I don't want to keep going back to the scouts because I hate him. But they gave Klopp, you know what? They could see what he was trying to do, and he went, all right, he's inherited a squad with the likes of Lovren and Lallana and, and other players that are, Nathaniel Klein or whatever that probably aren't at the level he needs. So gradually he's doing what he needs to do. And I think with United, it's slightly different. I think we have got a good squad. I think it might not be a case of a complete overhaul. It might just be a case of implementing a decent system, because the one thing that sort of has happened with Carrick taking over from Ole is it's not really changed anything. The guy that was taking training yesterday or 2 days ago is still taking training today because Ole didn't take training. So nothing's like, it's not like the players are going, oh my, this is all, what's he on about? I don't know what he's on about. This is all new to me. It's literally the same recipe with a different cook. So it's not like we're going to have to be I don't expect it to be revolutionized under Michael Carrick. It's going to be more of the same until someone comes in and starts changing it. And that is when we'll have to be, as fans, I know it's not easy because we're spoiled. We're United fans. We've been spoiled, especially our age. Do you know what I mean? We've seen all the riches, but we are going to have to be a little bit patient.
It's right though, Jay. With it, it's a patient game. We've got to be a bit more patient, a Manchester United fan, and it's because we've been spoiled under the Ferguson era that all of a sudden everything now we want instant success. But I think long term, wherever manager comes in, we've got to be patient and back the manager all the way. But like you said, it's about style, playing style. It's about, for me, I always say, if we go out and we beat a team 3-2 or 4-3 or something, I don't really care, providing we're playing and we're playing that sort of football. But at the same time, we are showing some sort of style of play. It doesn't bother me. So,
I see Carrick's getting a bit of time already.
yeah, Carrick. Yeah, I'll back my boy Carrick, man. I'll give Carrick.
Carrick's worse than Ollie. Get rid of him.
Yeah. I'm backing Carrick will be my new one after they sell Fred.
I get it. I get why Ollie Brown in the comment. I get why people are a little bit like, but you know, I think now we just need a little bit of stability, even if it's only for 3 games.
Yeah, and I would say the only difference we could see right now is certain decision making in games. You know, when we bring substitutes on and off, how he manages certain games, the lineups he picks, maybe that will be different. And,
That's
a good point. You know, I think we've all spoken about that. Ollie's in-game management at times left a little bit to be desired. Even those of us that supported him. Yeah. You've had a few where you've scratched your heads. And I know that might sound a little bit contradictory because his record of coming from behind was very good. But there was a few games where you go in.
Sorry.
Mate, that's one of my favourite ever comments ever. You know what? That ended me. And what made it worse is he said it and no one even acknowledged it. No one ever questioned it. Like,
I've been in jail. I've done time, so that means a lot to me. Anyway, you know what? But just for example, he brought on Donny at half-time the other day, and Donny balled it. He was fantastic when he came on against Watford. Obviously scored a goal, and he's just, you know, shielding the ball. People tried to rush him after the first 5 minutes, like, hold back, don't rush that guy. He's too good, you know. So you said earlier, Jay, that you weren't sure about Donny. You hadn't seen enough of him. But have you seen enough of him now to make a good judgment?
This is what I was talking about, right? And I know it's harsh, but that's what it needed. Like, let's not forget, Donny van der Beek played against Watford in the FA Cup. He didn't do what he did the other day. Do you know what I mean? He didn't. He played games against Leicester. He played games against Southampton. What he did the other day against Watford is what I'm saying about where you force that issue. Because he has forced that issue now. And I think Carrick's under pressure to play him. Because you're right, he was sensational when he came on, Donny van der Beek. He was. And I've never, ever said that I don't think he's a good player. I've never said that I don't rate him. I've said I've not seen enough of him. I'd rather be honest than bluff it and go, oh, yeah, tell you what. Again, Ajax against Feyenoord in 2018. My man smashed it. Do you know what I mean? I'm not going to pretend that I saw games I didn't. But I hadn't, from what I'd seen at United, I hadn't seen a lot of him. And I said, it might have to be harsh, but when he comes on or when he gets an opportunity, he's got to take it. And so far, he's done okay. He didn't do okay the other day. He did better than okay. He dominated that game. But you know what? Again, with Ole, and I don't want to be too harsh on the guy because he's gone. But he brought on Donny van der Beek from McTominay, which made sense. But then he brought on Tony Marshall from Rashford, which to me didn't. And I think Tony Marshall, you know, I know he did a nice little ball over the top for Ronaldo, but he gave the ball away for their third goal. He wasn't tracking back for the other one as well. I mean, it was like he did one good thing and then one negative thing. And I think this is what, you know, you make a very good point about in-game management from Carrick. Maybe Carrick, we don't know. Maybe Carrick was whispering to Ollie in the dugout, you need to do this, you need to do that. And he was getting ignored. Or maybe he was going along with him and agreeing with him. We don't know. But that's one thing that I think, you know, should be improved upon because at times the in-game management for me wasn't there. And Donny, listen, I'm a fully fledged member of Donny FC now. Do you know what I mean? Like I'll be saying, I can't believe Donny van der Beek didn't start all them games. What's going on here? I always rated him. Ever since I saw Ajax against FC20 in
Oh, brilliant. So guys, let's so quick one. Go around. Let's go around.
Rebel.
Sorry, Sola, just one quick point on the end of all that, because OS mentioned about Carrick and game management. Carrick has been sitting on that sideline since the end of the days of Jose Mourinho, and you'd have thought that if he was going to be influencing player management, you would have seen more from him being in Ollie's ear, as Jay said. But we forgot about the cardinal sin that Ollie done, because it felt for me that Ollie was throwing darts at a dartboard and hoping to hit something. Because if you remember when Shaw went off with his concussion, he had Tellez, a left back, on the bench. He brought on Dallo, a right back, playing at left back.
Did you notice that though? Did you notice that, Rebel, that Dalot was ready to go before Shaw hit the ground? So I think what happened there was that had already been decided. Maybe, I don't know. But Dalot looked like he was stripped and ready to go straight away. Like there wasn't, I don't know whether he was going to bring him on for Wan-Bissaka or whatever, and then changed it and just said, right, you go on left back instead. But it looked very quick for Dalot to be ready to me.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe I missed it, but it looked like this camera showed
That's
Shaw
fair.
on the floor and then went straight to Delone, standing next to Ollie, ready to come on.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like, unless he preempted it or whatever, it was very quick. So I got the impression that maybe he was going to bring. I mean, he might have been bringing him on at left back. You're right, but I got the impression he had Delone ready to go to come on, possibly for someone else, possibly to offer protection for Wan-Bissaka, whatever. And then thought, right, yeah, Shaw's on the floor. Fuck it, I'm out of my job anyway. Go for it. Do you know what I mean? Who cares anymore? It's done. But it seemed very quick.
True.
I don't know. I might be wrong. I might have missed something. It just seemed very, very quick that he was ready to go. I don't know.
I just didn't think Ollie fancied Tellez too. Like you can see over his tenure, he never really used him a lot. I don't think he liked him. I mean, maybe Tellez is not doing something right in training, but we don't know.
Or maybe watch that Villarreal game. Did you see Tellez in that? Bro,
Indeed.
tell you what, he had
So,
years
guys-
on me that game. I know he scored that wonderful goal. I know that's harsh because he scored that goal. But, oh my gosh, it was painful watching that defending that game. Seriously. And let's not be right. Delo hardly covered himself in glory that game either. They were both as bad as each other.
That's the worry because he has to play tomorrow now against the same team. So that's going to be
it isn't, it's a shame because I think it's weird because it's like Tellez when he came in, when he signed him. I honestly thought he was going to start because Shaw was having a bit of a sticky patch, wasn't he? And everyone thought Tellez come in because you remember, like he was a free agent in the January and we got him in the summer. We didn't wait. It was like, no, we'll pay the 12 million and get him now. So he thought he must want him quick, so he must be going in. And I think he started against West Ham away, didn't he? And Bowen absolutely tore him apart. And then that was it. Like it was like Shaw suddenly became the best left back on the planet, and Sellers like never got a look in again. It was very weird the way that went down because it was almost like everyone was going, "Oh yeah, Shaw was always mint," and you think he wasn't. When we bought Sellers, everyone thought Sellers is going to take Shaw's place. So yeah, it was strange the way that one worked out.
And now, obviously, Luke Shaw haven't looked really good this season. So, yeah, it's one of those ones at the moment. Just need form. I think just confident. Class is permanent. So
He's not Shawninho anymore, is he?
It was Roberto Carlos. That's what it was.
I'll wait for the new manager to come in and then I'll give him the title back.
We'll
so, guys,
see.
if you're watching, please like, please share, please subscribe. Yes, 27 likes at the moment. We need 50. Thank you, Anthony Herbert. He's an Arsenal fan, but respect always, mate. Thank you so much. So, guys, if you're watching, please like, please share, please subscribe. Go on, Jay.
Has everyone on here liked it? There's 6 of us on here. Have we only got 27 likes, right? It's only 21 other people have liked it. You all like the video?
Yes, always.
No, you haven't, have you?
Mr. B. Mr. B's
Mr. B, I
laughing.
can tell you don't like the video. Don't tell me, right, that everyone on this stream has liked the video. There's no way on God's earth only 21 other people have liked this video. You've been at it again, haven't you?
You know what, Jay? You know what the problem is, yeah? Mr. B don't want the title to be taken away from him because we kept him on the show the other day. So we will sit there and there's like 15 likes. We say if we get 20 likes, then we can come off. Then we went 25, 30, then we went 40. And so he stayed on.
You know what? That's you give him an easy ride, man. Seriously. You've got to be careful with these likes as well. I was giving it the big one on the stream once. If we get to so many likes, I'll go to Old Trafford. And we did. So I had to go to Old Trafford in the course of that. You know what I mean? You've got to be careful, bro.
Jesus.
It's a surefire way. I'll tell you what, if we get to 28 likes, Monday's going to do his rap.
We've done
breaking news. It's 31. It's
31.
31 likes.
Monday, you're on. Come on, Monday.
What we got? All right.
I'm gonna minute. Let me
Give me a couple of minutes. Just talk about something. I'll figure this out.
wait.
No.
Wait a
We got to move on to Champions League. I
just need to do screen record.
Wait.
Right, take it away.
Take it away on Monday. You're up.
Ollie's at the wheel. He's gone. What we gonna do? How we gonna get along? We're here on the panel. We've got Jay on my right. I got OS on the left, and we're doing all right. Got the wickedest talent. That's how we move. Rebel up there with no groove. He got no rhythm. He got no style. He got no grace. In your face. Let's go. Don't worry about it, guys. Don't worry about it. Anyway, let's talk about Villarreal.
A Monday. Do you do kids' parties? It's my youngest next week.
Time. Let's go. Let's move on. Villarreal. Come on.
That was lead.
Off the top.
Fantastic. I love that so much.
And it's true. Rebel doesn't have the rhythm.
Hey, if you ever wonder why I love coming on this channel, that was it. Then that is it. Fantastic.
Villarreal, let's go. Come on.
Okay, guys, we're going to go straight into Villarreal. I'm going to put up my predicted lineup and then we're going to go through it. So let's take some of the bits off. And guys, in the comments, just put your team up and we'll try and go through it as well. So this is my team lineup and we have to get at least a draw from Villarreal. 3 points for me is a must and we have to get those 3 points. So let's get it up. Let's get it on.
I hope you got
Careful now, PG show solo.
Oh?
PG solo.
Oh, sorry, I'm on the wrong thing.
Careful doing them ones.
Five at the back, Solo. Come on.
Oh?
Five at the back.
Up, yeah?
Listen, I love technology.
Is Cavani fit, guys?
Oh?
Cavani fit?
Cavani,
Yeah, let's have a
no.
look.
No,
Don't
he
worry.
didn't travel. He didn't travel with the squad.
Okay. He needs to be used. Donny definitely needs to be used as well.
Yeah, quite a
It's
few
frustrating
players.
with Cavani, isn't it? Because we all love Cavani, but
Yeah.
he's just injured a lot, man.
Mhm.
It's so, you know what I mean? Like, he's the type of player that can get you out of trouble as well.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, big time.
you know what I mean? Like, you know, if he'd have been fit, I know it's a lot of ifs, but if he'd have been fit this season, I think it might have been a different story, but he's just missed half the season. And he's missed half the time he's been there. He's missed as many games as he's played, and it's such a shame.
My favourite goal this year is against Spurs when Bruno, Greenwood, Ronaldo, they linked up in the box.
Oh,
I
bro.
just love that goal. I just want to see
Yeah.
more of that kind of thing in those tight areas there, you know? That was
Yeah,
beautiful for me.
100%.
Better than Greenwood's goal.
Yeah, I love that. I love that sort of like you say in them tight areas, that intricate play. Perfect. We just don't see enough of it, do we? And we've got the players. We've got the players to do that.
Yeah, definitely. We're trying to fill in the gaps here for you, Solo. You're struggling out here, man. Come
Okay,
on.
that's fine. But this is a joke, though, yeah? This is another wind-up, yeah? Bath time.
Yeah.
No,
Maguire can play, can't he? Maguire can play. He's not.
yeah, Phil Jones is not in the squad.
What? Why not?
He's not in the squad.
Don't start.
Why Phil Jones in it?
The
Maybe
man-
he's not ready.
Yeah, I like it. Solo.
Oh, hold on, wait. And people try to get me on Monday of the week. Jay, let's start off with you, this team.
Yeah. Sorry, my eyesight is shocking. Sorry.
I had to blow this up, boy.
So yeah, I think I might have to. Right. So you've got David De Gea in goal, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Lindelof, Maguire, Alex Telles. Then in the whole Matic and McTominay.
Yes.
Yeah, because they did so well against Watford. Okay, now. Rashford, Bruno, Jadon Sancho, and Cristiano Ronaldo. Yeah.
What changes would you make?
Why isn't your boy Fred in there? I thought he was Fred's number one fan.
He played so well in Brazil. We have to give him a rest.
He had a rest. He had a rest against Watford, didn't he? And you rested him again for a must-win game. Hey, listen, you can't go with them ones. Matic looked like he was dead on his feet at Watford.
No.
And you've thrown him in again against Villarreal team rather than give Fred a chance. It's controversial. And Donny van der Beek, who we've just said had the best 45 minutes of his United career so far. Where's he gone?
Exactly.
Solo, honestly,
Yeah.
I'll be honest, bruv. I know you must have had a big Guinness punch with some rum in it before you put that team up, bruv, because that makes no sense to me. Van der Beek can play at number 10. We just said the last game we had, right?
Yeah.
You've got... Why is Van der Beek not on the pitch?
I'm on the wing with me for this
You
team.
can move Bruno deeper and play Van der Beek in Thingy's position.
Yeah,
At least.
That's a bit.
I play Van der Beek with Matic.
That's what I
Matic.
get.
I wouldn't.
I think Matic, 2 games in 4 days for him.
That might
It's
be
a myth.
tough.
That's a myth. That's a myth. You can play.
I think I would do Scott and Van der Beek. I think that's what I would do.
Would you,
Put some
you would
experienced
still
heads
play
out there.
McTominay after what he did in the last game? You would still play him.
And not even that. I love Scott McTominay, but this season, Scott McTominay has not been playing well at all. I don't think so. Anyway.
So who you guys going to play in the middle then?
For me, I'd go with Fred and Van der Beek.
But then who's going to be sitting out of those two?
We don't have a sitter anyway. It makes no difference, bro.
Yeah.
The one's going to get to sit's a bag of shit doing it.
Yo,
So who's going to not have one?
Yo, Villarreal, I mean, they're going to be coming for us, man. I mean, boy.
I think it's going to be a draw, to be honest. I think Villarreal are going to wait for the Atalanta game. They don't want to risk losing against us, you know. We're on. We just lost our manager. Look at what happened in the Premiership this week. All these sort of new coaches have come in and got good results. I think Villarreal, if they're smart, they'll try and get a draw and then wait to beat Atalanta.
I'm actually in shock. Are we going to see a one-time only, a Monday not going for a 1-0 United?
Oh, no, wait. You just wait. I will never change.
Oh, brilliant. So, right. So, guys, at the moment, we're saying the reason why I put Matic and Scott in is after listening to Carrick's interview, honestly, I think that's the system. He won't change. He will not play. He'll bring Van der Beek on as a sub. And that's all I'm thinking right now. He'll bring Van der Beek on.
It doesn't make sense though, because if to bench a player who's on form like that, who came on and did that well, I mean, if he's going to be under pressure.
Also, you need to sort of show something different from Ole.
Exactly.
Show us something. Like, you know, if you start Van der Beek, that's probably not what Ole does. Ole doesn't start Van der Beek. We all know that. Van der Beek played well. You're starting him. You say, you know, you got to show us a little bit of something. For me, I get the Sancho thing. We was chatting to Henry Winter. Apologise for name dropping. Henry Winter today, and he co-wrote Michael Carrick's autobiography. He knows the guy really well, and he said he's a big fan of Jadon Sancho. So I think Sancho's a good shout in there. But I just think you cannot, for me, look at that performance against Watford. Look at the performance of Scott McTominay, even the Man United for me, and Donny van der Beek, and out of those three, say that Donny van der Beek's the one that misses out. I just can't see it, bro. Honestly, I think that is a madness. And if he does that and we go out, we lose one game into his caretaker manager tenure, he's going to be getting grief. He's going to be getting everyone, social media being a meltdown on what is he doing. Like, how is Donny again ended up with a free Donny hashtag will be trending for days. Trust me. You know my thoughts on Donny van der Beek. I said it a million times. I've not seen a lot of him. And I said it to Monday earlier. I saw a lot of him against Watford. He played very, very well. And I think to drop him for two players who didn't play well, either of them, you can take your pick with Matic or McTominay, I think would be a very, very bold decision by Michael Carrick. I'll be honest with you.
You know, I'm going to agree with Jay here. That tackle on Sarr was an absolute thing of beauty. No, unfortunately, Sarr came off on an injury off it, and you hate seeing that happen to any player. But I think Solo's had an absolute mare with this team, to be honest with you. I don't know what he was doing today when he put this together. Maybe he was embodying his inner Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and decided, you know what, Donny's on the bench.
Solo, man. I know. I don't want to be. Go on.
I was going to throw someone on the boss here, but I won't do that yet. I'll wait till after the stream and done. We continue to talk.
Solo, you're 2 steps away from having Phil Jones in the sixer. Come on, man.
Can I ask a question, guys? Does anyone think Dean Henderson's worthy of a game?
Yeah, 100%. 100%. If he's fit, I'd play him.
Yeah.
Honestly. David De Gea, right? Saved 2 penalties the other day, yeah? But I'd put him at fault for at least one of the goals, maybe 2. Seriously. We're having these same debates about David De Gea. And the goalkeeper for me, and you guys have played a lot more football at a higher level than I have, so, you know, I'm happy to listen to what you got to say on it. But goalkeeper for me, who's constantly making good saves and then giving goals away, just adds nerves to the defense. Nerves constantly. You don't know what you're going to get with him. He never comes out of his area. He never commands his area. His distribution's shocking, and he's a liability. Now, he does do some good saves. He does do saves that other players can't do, but is it worth it? Is it worth those good saves you get for the mistakes you get? They're not commanding your box. They're not having great distribution. He's mute. Dean Henderson. The difference with David De Gea and Dean Henderson is David De Gea and Dean Henderson. Is Dean Henderson thinks he's the best goalkeeper in the world. David De Gea acts like he's lucky to be here. You need that confidence. You need that I'm at Manchester United out, shouting at your defenders, coming out your area, just making that ball yours. Do you know what I mean? Starting attacks off, being like that guy. And David De Gea's not it. And, we go, he saved 2 penalties. Bro, one of those goals went through him. It literally went on a near post. Tell me now, Monday, you've played in defence, haven't you? I can tell by the way you talk. Your keeper does that. What are you saying to him if you're in defence? You're going mad. Do you know what I mean? Like, how many times when you show a winger or whatever down that line, you think, he can't get a shot off there. Or if he does, the keeper's got it. And he gets his shot off and it goes in. Like, rah.
It's not even that. If you're playing defence, you want to hear the man behind you talking and orchestrating you because you haven't got fish eyes. You can't see everything, so you don't keep doing that and things. People are peeling off you. You want to know where people are positioned, and it's great when someone you're in tune with the keeper can tell you, bam, 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 left, right, look left. I don't see that happening. I'm not at the games all the time, but I don't see that.
No, you're right.
That's the factor. I think.
I'm in the Stretford end, and David De Gea is like right in front of me, where doesn't say anything. Don't even bollock people when they make a mistake and it costs a goal. And I'm with you. You need to hear that. If you go and watch the Dog and Duck versus the Red Lion, you hear the keeper shouting at people. If you're watching elite football, I've never known a keeper be so quiet. And he's never. And for me, David De Gea isn't 15. He's 29. He isn't going to suddenly become a different type of player. You're not going to suddenly get him coming out of his box all the time and shouting at man and picking the ball up and setting off an attack. He's never going to do it now because he's never done it in his career. He's not going to change. So the only question with David De Gea is his shot stopping so good, so much better than Dean Henderson that you keep him in the team over Dean Henderson?
Good shout.
I just don't know because I think he still concedes these goals, man. We had this conversation after the City game. Was he at fault for Silva's goal? Maybe you blame Shaw, maybe you blame Maguire, maybe you blame him.
100%. No, 100%. 6 yard, but how you let the ball come in the 6 yard box like that? You don't do nothing. Stand on your line.
And now we're having it again a week later or the next game. Oh, he could have done. And people almost forget because the performance is so bad throughout the team, and he did some good saves. Oh, David De Gea, he's not to blame. Well, you can't just say that. You're a Manchester United goalkeeper who's been player of the year 4 times or whatever years ago. You should be saving those shots. Do you know what I mean? Like, come on, it's right through him. It's just for me, Dean Henderson, if he's fit, I don't know what's going on. I know he had COVID. I don't know if there's any issues around there. I'd put him in there. I really would. And
the biggest worry is we could lose Henderson. Like, if he continues not playing. That's the biggest worry.
I wonder if it's a big call, wouldn't it? A big call if Carrick did that.
I think we've been spoiled with great keepers over the years. We've had Schmeichel, we've had Van der Sar. Barthez, even though erratic, was a great keeper. He was an angry keeper. Amondi's shaking his head, but you know what? Respect to Fabian. He did do a decent job when he was there. But if you look at De Gea
and United, look at this. Look at these guys.
if you look at
whoa, don't be throwing me with his Barthez made me bald. I had an afro till Barthez started playing for Manchester United. He's throwing that ball to the area on me and falling over. Will stay with me for the rest of my life.
All right, Tim Howard, calm down, Tim.
if you look at the key attributes of De Gea and Henderson, do they make up Van der Sar and what he gave us? Probably not. And it's going to come down to whoever eventually takes charge of that squad, who they're going to put their belief in, and who's going to fit what they want to do. If we're going to try and play, I suppose, a more pressing game, obviously it's going to be Dean. But it's all going to come down now to who comes in as to which keeper stays at United, because obviously one of them's going to go.
Guys, if you're watching, please like, please share, please subscribe. We are on 31 likes at the moment, and let's get it up to about at least 40 for Monday to wrap again. And also, if you like the content, please like, please share, please subscribe. And let's go now and start talking about score prediction. And big up Mike from the Paxton Roads. Welcome and thank you for your comment. but we'll finish higher than Tottenham this season. So let's start off with Rebel. Rebel, score prediction for this upcoming game against Villarreal in Champions League.
Sure. First of all, I'm going to give a Monday's one for him. It's 1-0 to United. That's Monday's prediction. But
Thank you.
But just 2 more likes, by the way, to a second Monday wrap. So please do smash that like button. The thing with this game tomorrow, it's going to be a strange game. We're playing 5:45 against Villarreal. It's an early kickoff. Carrick has had 2 training sessions with the guys, 3 training sessions with the guys since Ole left. They probably didn't get a whole pile done yesterday. He's basically going to be working off the principles that they've had instilled coming into this game already. So the second week of the international break and 1 or 2 sessions coming up into tomorrow's game. If we get a 1-1, it's going to be a good result for us, to be honest with you, because the only thing that could make a difference is if Sancho and your Van der Beeks and players that didn't get the opportunity to express themselves under Ole say, right, this is our chance. We have a new gaffer coming. We need to hit the ground running. We may come out of this 2-0. So I'm going to be positive. I'm going to be hopeful. 2-0 United.
And guys, 8 more likes from Omonde to wrap here. Mr. B, score prediction.
2-2.
What are you talking about?
Willis.
I'm sick of coming in here. I'm sick of doing these score predictions and getting battered because I've come on here with my Man United head. So I'm going to come on here with my logical head, and I'm saying 2-2. Because if I say 3-1 and it's not 3-1, I'm going to be mad as hell. So 2-2.
Jay.
I always do that thing. Like, I can't bring myself to be too negative, and I always get like, when I get to predictions, I always feel like I have to back United no matter what. But I'm worried. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm worried about this. But I'm hoping it's more hope than expectation. We'll see a response. We'll see these players show a bit of pride, and I'll go with a 4-2.
Oof. Wow.
On Monday.
Yeah, you know me. I'd love to see a 1-0 win. Just to manage the game, see it out, and good luck, United. Come on, man. Let's get behind our team.
Monday. Honestly, bro, I'm going to ask you something. What was your score in your game on Sunday?
I said 1-0.
No, the game that you played in on Sunday. What was the score?
Oh, we won 4-2. County Cup quarter-final, guys.
Right. Were you happy with that result, or would you have rather a 1-0?
I would have preferred a 1-0.
Get out of here, man.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
Superman, what's your score prediction?
No, Villarreal, I'm worried. I'm not going to lie. I'm being optimistic. I'm saying 2-2. The way the team is defending right now, the holes in the midfield, nobody seems confident. 2-2 is a very optimistic result for me. If we can get 2-2, I'll be happy tomorrow.
Oh, wow. 3-1. Always 3-1. Always concede a goal. Game of 2 half for Man United depends on what game we're playing and what half we're going to turn up at. First half, normally a dreadful half for us. We'll probably go 1-0 down, and then we'll bounce back after a team talk by Ronaldo at second half, and we'll come out bouncing 3-1 Man United. So we had a poll running up. We've had 101 votes, and it's tied Poch and Ten Hag, basically 41% each, and Zidane got 19% of the vote for who the new manager is.
And we got a lot of wise people commenting as well. I mean, looking at the comments today, really insightful views from the guys, man. So big up, especially Jackie. God bless you, Jackie. Good to see you.
Can we just say one? Sorry, Owen, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, just on that poll, I mean, for me, my first choice is Ten Hag because of the reasons that we've mentioned. The little research I did on him and how he can use, he lost, all of these players at Ajax, and he still maintained his identity. They're still strong to play against, and they're still a force in Europe. But I think I like the idea that Pochettino, first of all, wants to come to the club, and I also like the fact that he knows the Premier League. more than the other managers know, you know. So there's that. I know he hasn't won anything, but there's a pedigree. There's a pedigree in him, you know.
Yeah.
But he is at Spurs. Nobody wins anything at Spurs. So you can't really, comment on that.
So at the moment, though, guys, it's just changed, and Poch has taken the lead for 41%.
That's because of my
So
OS, yeah.
OS, yeah.
Can we
Jay,
just make
we think we've gone through it anyway. We're going to wrap up, really and truly, guys. Everyone out there, thank you so much.
Did you say wrap up? Did you say wrap? Someone say wrap.
Wait. Is it hit 40, guys? Amanda is excited to do
No,
another wrap.
let's wrap up. Let's wrap it up, guys. Come on.
Okay, we didn't hit the 40. But if you're liking, please like, please share, please subscribe. On the road to 1K subscriber. We are, I believe, about 40 away from
Quick
800, from 900 subscriber. So we're almost there, guys. And remember, you can win yourself a signed Bruno Fernandes football shirt once we hit the 1K subscribers. So Jay, where can we find you, sir? And I didn't pay Jay any money today, by the way, guys. Sorry.
Listen. You know where to find me. Come on, I'm always on Stretford Paddock. But make sure, more importantly, if you're watching this the United Agenda because you've come over from Stretford Paddock, make sure you're subscribing to these guys. You see how it is. Good chat, good laugh. It's been a bit dark, hasn't it, last couple of days at United, and I needed that tonight. Come on here, you have a good laugh. You see Solo's absolutely bonkers team. You listen to him Monday rapping. What more do you need? You see, as well, thinking that Steve Bruce is coming to Old Trafford. I mean, it's all happening here. Come on. You know what I mean? What more do you want at 8 o'clock on a Monday night? You've got everything. Get subscribing to the Man United Agenda. I love these guys. I really do.
Brilliant. Thank you.
Thank you, man.
And after that, Jay, thing you just said, Armando just said he's gonna wrap us out for the night, as you just gave us such a great, beautiful.
Your home's Bel Air.
Jesus Christ.
It's the shortest rap. Muhammad Ali done this once. He said, we love you all. God bless everyone. Good night.
Thank you guys for all watching, liking, sharing, subscribe. We have been the Man United Agenda, and yes, we'll be back tomorrow night for the reaction show as well. So fingers crossed, Man United get a nice result against Villarreal. And from us, the panel, have a lovely evening. Good night.